All right, so the running back then.
You went Le'Veon?
Yeah.
I went Jamal Lewis.
I figured, dude. I figured
you would go Le'Veon.
I was having a tough one with that.
I don't know
but
where that came from.
Le'Veon's just better. He's the better back.
And how? Please tell me. Not as a rusher. The only thing you can say is as a receiver.
As a receiver, and
that's about it, man.
How much worse is he than as a rusher? Because I see a lot of Jamal Lewis's stats. 3.5 yards per carry.
How many 1,000-yard seasons did Le'Veon have?
What do you have? 3? He is. And if we're gonna go the whole All-Pro route with the fullback thing, Le'Veon's got the All-Pros where Jamal Lewis doesn't.
Jamal Lewis got a 2,000-yard season. Le'Veon's best season is what? How much?
That's cool.
What's his best season?
His best season, he has just about the same amount of all-purpose yards.
What's his best season as a rusher?
If we're talking about all-purpose yards,
I said as a rusher, what's Le'Veon's best season?
That's what I'm saying. Le'Veon's just the all-around better player.
I was just asking what was his best season. He's not the better runner.
His best season. Hold on, dude. Now I'm going all through this Pro Football Reference thing here. His best season was 14 with 1,361 yards. Hold on, dude. Hold on, dude.
That was it?
Hold on.
Oh,
1,361 yards on the ground plus 854 receiving.
Okay.
83 receptions, and he had 290 rush attempts.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the amount of attempts...
Let me hear this.
No. If you look at the amount of attempts that they got, or amount of touches, Le'Veon... man, do I have it written down?
Hold on. I can pull it up for you, because we're going to talk just...
The amount of... if you combine the rushes and catches for Jamal Lewis in his best year, for the amount of rushes and attempts for Le'Veon in his best year, Le'Veon has less attempts, but it's only like a decent amount of less attempts. I'd say like 40 or 50. I think my math might be wrong there.
Okay.
But Le'Veon's only like 40 or 50 yards less total. And that's their best years. But if you look at all their other years, Le'Veon beats out Jamal Lewis. He just simply does.
In what way? Le'Veon has 3,000-yard rushing seasons. 3. His best season he had 1,361 yards. Jamal Lewis has a 2,000-yard season, a 1,300, a 13. He got 3 1,300-yard seasons. Then he has 3,000-yard seasons. Then he has a 906-yard season. And then he has a 2K season. Like I said, man, it's not even close. What are we talking about here?
It's actually not close in Le'Veon's favor. I don't know where the yards per carry is with Jamal Lewis. It's just really not there for the most part throughout his career. He gets a ton of touches, and then his receiving's not there. You see, Le'Veon's got the receiving, and he's got the yards per carry outside of his rookie year.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at Le'Veon.
3 Pro Bowls, 2-time All-Pros. The All-Pros obviously tell you that he was the best, if not
absolutely.
1 or 2 backs in the league, whereas Jamal Lewis doesn't have that.
No. So Jamal Lewis has 1 All-Pro. Le'Veon has 2 All-Pros. That's it.
Yep, just 1 and 3 Pro Bowls for Le'Veon.
And 1 has a Super Bowl championship and an offensive rookie of the year. Did you just say that? That's what you took McClain, right? Because he doesn't.
No, McClain doesn't.
Crider has.
I was
gonna
say that as a joke. I told you my cousin wore the Crider jersey and all that.
Jamal
I wasn't prepared as much for the fullback.
He has an offensive. I thought offensive rookie. No, he has an offensive player of the year. Oh, excuse me.
That was his 2,000-yard year. But
so where's Le'Veon's at?
They gave him the rock a lot that year, and
Le'Veon had 400 touches in back-to-back seasons. What are we talking about here?
And he's more efficient with his with what he does with it.
Stop it, bro!
I told you both their best years.
Man, you're out of control, man.
Le'Veon has less touches, but the amount of yard discrepancy is not much at all. So, dude, I'm taking back. I think Le'Veon's just the better back all around.
Give me a guy who can rush for 2 Gs.
I'll give you longevity. The only thing I can give you with him is he's been in the AFC North longer than Le'Veon.
Well, he's been more productive as well.
But I'm not going to completely hold that against Le'Veon.
I'm just saying he's been way more productive than Le'Veon. That's all I'm saying.
Because he signed with the Jets. No way,
he's been way more productive. Are you serious?
He has not been more productive.
Get out of here.
Not for the amount of years they've been there.
What?
Le'Veon has better efficiency in the yards per carry.
I'm not hearing none of that.
Plus, he has the receiving that Jamal Lewis just doesn't have. You could line up Le'Veon Bell as your second receiver.
Rushing yards per game. Rushing yards per game. What's Le'Veon's? What was Le'Veon's average?
How many times did Jamal Lewis get the ball?
What, bro? We talked about Le'Veon had 2 seasons back to back with 400 touches. That's getting the ball plenty enough, is it not?
Yeah, but not. All right, so are we just going to look at rushing yards per game, or are we going to look at the whole total?
I was asking a question
because he does do the rushing and receiving. They give Jamal Lewis the ball a ton with the rushing, but they're not going to pass it to him much.
Thing, when you can just dominate as a runner, you don't need to catch the ball. Just run the
I don't
ball.
see domination when you're averaging 3.5 and 3.6 yards per carry.
So when
there.
you get 2 G's on the ground, that's not domination.
He had one good year, and I don't.
So what about the 13, 27 to 13, 64 to 13, 04? What you mean he only had one good year? Come on, man.
I mean, from an optics standpoint, you like seeing the 2,000 yards as, you know.
What about the 1,300
rushing
yards?
number?
We like seeing the 1,300 rushing yards as well?
No, but I'm saying if you compare those 2 years, that year to Le'Veon's year, both their 2 years, Le'Veon's is arguably better.
No. Say that again.
Le'Veon's best year and Jamal Lewis's best year, that 2,000 yard year. It's nice. I get it from saying, 2,000 yards rushing. It's nice from the optics standpoint. But Le'Veon's year is arguably better just from a rushing and receiving standpoint.
How?
He was more efficient with his touches.
Bro, one was an absolute man.
Yeah, that's good. Man. That's good, dude. But I think Le'Veon's just the overall better player.
Not the better runner.
I'll take Le'Veon, dude.
You should put him at flex.
Huh?
You should put him at your flex or something, man.
Is that what you're doing?
You should have put him at your flex or something. I don't know.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm just asking. So who'd you go with your flex then, man? Who is your flex?
I have AJ Green, man.
I got AJ Green as my flex, actually.
No Le'Veon.
Nah, no Le'Veon, man.
Really? I mean, you can't.
Who is he beating out?
You can't argue AJ Green's numbers, man, and just the longevity he's done it in the AFC North.
So you'll praise AJ Green for that, but then you won't praise Jamal Lewis for that. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense.
He's done it better than Jamal Lewis. Like I said, the yards per carry is a little concerning, dude.
So this is my question. You just said you'll give AJ Green the nod at flex because of the longevity, right?
No, he's been like one of the best receivers in the league, though.
Yeah, but he's been doing it for a longer time as well, right?
Well, Jamal Lewis on the Browns, like he had that 1 year. I mean, there was maybe
it wasn't a 1 year.
There was a 2 to 3.
Listen, he only had 2 bad years.
No,
that would have been in 05. He had 900 yards rushing, and then in 09 when he had 500 that last year in Cleveland. He has a 1,300 yard season in Cleveland and a 1,000 yard season in Cleveland.
He has 4 years though with 3 yards per carry. That's just him getting a lot of touches.
4 years at 3 yards per carry. He also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years with over 4.3 yards per carry. He has 4.3, 4.4, 4.3, 4.4, or 5.3.
Yeah, so we're gonna consider those nice years. So that's 4 years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
All right, 5 years.
Mm-hmm. So that's only 1,
compared
2,
to
3, 4. There were 3.6.
You compare that to AJ Green. I just think AJ Green's been better at his position for a longer sustained time.
AJ Green is even an all-pro at his position. What are you talking about?
Well, that's probably
when
robbery.
was AJ Green the best at his position?
That's probably robbery, though.
Who was he better than AB?
No, he's not.
Was he better than DeAndre Hopkins? Was he better than Julio Jones? Was he better than OBJ?
Hopkins, he probably was for a couple years.
Okay, was he better than OBJ?
Depending on when, because OBJ's been hurt.
Was he better than Julio?
No.
What are we talking about then? When was he the best at his position?
Dude, he's been top 3.
It's clear when Jamal Lewis was the best.
He's got 8 Pro Bowls. I mean, I'm not gonna knock that, dude. If Jamal Lewis had 5 Pro Bowls, then yeah, I'd put him over.
How many Pro Bowls Le'Veon got? 3.
He's got 3. 2 All Pros
and 2 All Pros.
He's been hurt though, so I'm taking the high. I'm taking the high of Le'Veon. I just think he's the better player.
Okay.
And if you're going AJ Green versus Jamal Lewis, I think AJ Green's the better player at his position. Like I said, he was
never even the best player at his position.
He's done it over an extended period of time, and he's been great over an extended period of time.
So he's been more successful than Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis has been a little bit more inconsistent. I told you about the yards per carry.
Where was the inconsistency at? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He's been getting the ball a lot, but the yards per carry isn't there.
I'm trying to see where the inconsistency was, where the inefficiency. That's what I'm trying to see.
Yards per carry, it's as simple as that. You can get the ball a lot.
You can't be productive either.
Dude, Trent Richard, what the hell was his rookie year?
Trent was not even close. Don't even disrespect that man like that, bro.
I'm just saying, you can get the ball a lot and put some yards up and some touchdowns if you get the ball a lot. That's what I mean.
So you're funny, bro.
What? I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating facts.
You are funny. So Le'Veon's last year in with the Jets, that doesn't count. You just leaving that out.
It's not AFC North ball, dude.
So when we're looking at just particularly in the AFC North, he only has 3 seasons where he went over 1,000 yards.
It's unfortunate, but
it's not unfortunate. Those are facts.
I have the peaks of Le'Veon, and I just think he's a better player.
Boy.
You know, he just got lucky. Instead of going from Baltimore to another, instead of going from Baltimore to another team, he extended his career in Cleveland. Whereas, he's got those extra numbers in the AFC North.
Wow,
that's just why it looks better.
He has, even just in Baltimore alone, his Baltimore stats are still far and away better than Le'Veon's.
No.
Yes. No. Either way, you're gonna take So we say Le'Veon has 2 or 3 really good seasons in Pittsburgh, right? So
he got hurt though, dude.
I don't want to hear that. Jamal Lewis missed a year or two for injury. 0-1. Missed the whole season. At least Le'Veon played some games when he was hurt.
Yeah, but Le'Veon missed the year for sitting out. Are we holding that against him too?
What that got to do with us?
Huh?
What that got to do with this?
What do you mean?
What does that got to do with this?
Because both
you said injuries. I don't want to care about him sitting out. We talk about what he did. What has he done on the field?
All right. Well, he was sitting out because of injuries.
Okay,
so,
cool.
And he was completely efficient and great when he was on the field. Though.
Okay, but at the end of the day, how many seasons does he have that was good? He has 3, right?
Listen, dude, I'm not knocking Jamal Lewis for the 1,000-yard year. No, because he had 4.3 yards per carry. That was a good year. That was a good year. He's got good years, but he doesn't have the receiving that Le'Veon has.
And Le'Veon doesn't have the rushing that he has.
It's not far off. It's not far off.
Are you really about to say that?
Outside of the 2,000-yard year, if you look at the other seasons compared to Le'Veon's
wait a minute. Le'Veon has
other seasons outside of his best season.
So if Le'Veon's best year was the 1361, we'll throw that away, right? Because Jamal has 700 more yards than that, right?
So we got to throw out Jamal's 2003 2,000-yard year then.
That's what listen.
All right.
So if Le'Veon's best year is at 1,300 yards, Jamal Lewis has 1, 2, 3 1,300-yard seasons.
I thought we were just counting the Ravens.
It's AFC North. What are we talking about?
But you said initially we're just going with Ravens.
AFC North.
Just for the sake of that part of the conversation.
For the AFC North.
That's fine.
He has 3 1,300-yard seasons.
I'm not denying he's been in the AFC North longer than Le'Veon.
And then, And then, all right, so say you throw away the 1361, right? And we'll throw away the 2K. 1261 and 1291. Jamal Lewis 1364, 1327. Got a bando, 900, 1100. That's all I'm saying, man. He's been a far better consistent player.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has, man.
Dude, because, the year Le'Veon got hurt, the 556, that was his final rushing yards for the. That was only in 6 games.
Correct.
That was actually a better yards per game than all of his
games, so it's not enough of a sample size. Come on, man, stop that. That's like you play 2 games, you rush for 150 yards and 130 yards. Now you're gonna tell me, oh man, he averaged 145, man, that look good. I'm not hearing that, bro.
I'm just saying, are we knocking the injury? Because we're not gonna knock him. If we're not knocking him for not being on the field in 2018,
did it not happen?
Then why are we knocking him for not being on the field in 2015?
I'm not knocking. All I'm simply saying is the number is skewed. Dude. That's all I'm saying. Huh? When you talk about Le'Veon's yards per game in that 15 season, the numbers are skewed because he only has a very, very small sample size.
We know he was the best back in the league. He's not. There's no way in hell he's dropping off. We saw what D'Angelo did.
We don't know that.
Come on.
So you can say D'Angelo was the best back in the league that year. You saw what D'Angelo did?
Give me a break.
Didn't D'Angelo have a 1,000-yard season?
No, we had Ben and we had AB.
So that helps D'Angelo, but we're not using the argument for L Bell?
Huh? No, you don't do that because you've talked about how much of an impact Le'Veon Bell has made on defenses.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
We know how much of an impact.
Let's see who did. I'm trying to see who was. When we look at Jamal Lewis's team that year, who was his quarterback? Kyle Bowler.
It's a different league back then, dude.
Maybe he had some dope receivers. That's.
Let me put it this way:
who was his receivers?
He couldn't do what Le'Veon's doing. I think Le'Veon has a better shot of doing what Jamal Lewis did.
Doubt it.
I see the rushing yard. He's been able to do it on the ground.
Not nowhere near.
Jamal Lewis can't catch or run the routes like Le'Veon Bell. There's no way.
Can't run the ball like Jamal.
I see the yards are up there.
Yeah. And you talk about the durability element of it as well, man. I see a lot of 16, 15.
I see a cheap shot from Perfect on Le'Veon. That's what I see.
I don't care. What about the other years?
What do you mean, dude?
You got 6 games there, 13 there, 12 there.
13. That was before his rookie year.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. That boy got some 15, 16, 15, 16, 15, 16. You talk about durability? And you said he's a volume carry guy. He's getting a lot of touches on top of that. Durability.
Not efficient with it, though.
Durability.
Just not efficient.
He's just running through people.
Le'Veon's more efficient. He's just a better player all around.
Jamal Lewis led a team to a Super Bowl.
He didn't lead them, dude. The defense was awesome.
What?
He's a part of it. Good for him.
Get out of here, man.
Good for him. Good for him. That
Jamal
defense
Lewis
was incredible.
led that team to a Super Bowl, man.
That defense was incredible.
Jamal Lewis led him to a Super Bowl, man.
Nah, that's like
Jamal Lewis led them to the Super Bowl, bro. We know this, man. It's cool, bro.
It's just not true.
He did though.
He's not talked about leading the team to the Super Bowl. It's the defense. You know that defense was incredible.
He led them to the Super Bowl.
He's a good running back. I'm not knocking him.
He's a great running back.
Le'Veon's just better. That's all.
I don't understand how you figure that. How do you come to that conclusion?
Told you, he's the better running back.
You could say he's the better flex because he does all the catching and all the other stuff, but he's not a better running back.
The only thing you have, running backs just getting the ball in the end zone and helping the team win.
Oh, we talking about getting into the end zone as well. That's
but
nice.
He does have the rushing. I told you that. I mean, the rushing yards are comparable, and he does it in a more efficient way.
Comparable. How are you saying it's comparable when it's not comparable, bro?
Outside of the 2,000-yard year, I mean, he's only getting 1,300 yards, and Le'Veon was getting that 1,300 yards.
You know, he only did it twice. Don't say he's getting that. He's only did it twice in his career.
I told you, dude. It's just the amount of time. The thing Jamal has is the amount of time in the AFC North.
And the amount of times of being dominant in the AFC North as well.
Dominant, dude. I don't know about that. Le'Veon was dominant.
On the ground isn't dominant.
He
was playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talked about how awesome the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is.
Times were different then. They just gave the ball to running back that way.
So the Steelers ain't have a good defense back then? Huh? So the Steelers ain't have a good defense in 08?
In 08?
Yeah, he had 1,000 yards that year as well on the ground. He ain't have a good. The Steelers have a good defense in 07.
3.6 yards per carry.
Did the Steelers have a good defense in 07?
I never felt like on the Browns he was an elite running back. Never did.
All right, so during 06, 04, Steelers ain't have a good defense then either, huh?
Dude, I don't know. What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just asking because he's playing in the AFC North. We talk about how the AFC North is the black and blue division. It's hard-nosed. Yeah, it's built on defense and running backs.
Bell has gone up against great defenses too.
I'm just saying his numbers ain't look like this. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Numbers ain't look like that.
I told you, Bell's are better, dude.
Whatever you say. We can agree to disagree on
that. I'd say so. I mean, yards per attempt, and like I said, with the receiving element that Bell brings, just the overall better player.
Sounds like a flex to me. All right, cool.
Nah, dude. Actually, I mean, my team could kind of be stacked that way, but no, I'm good. My team would trash your team. I'm good with AJ Green. I'm good with AJ Green.
My team would absolutely trash your team.
AJ Green over Jamal Lewis. I'm good.
My team would for certain trash your team.